Hello, everyone. Now, I was fortunate enough to land on a nice looking pair of loafers, and I stumbled across these at a thrift for a very good deal and very good condition, especially for the first time dealing with Allen Edmonds, which is a very reputable brand. I mean, it's still in pristine condition for the shoe itself, and nothing that we can't fix. So I go ahead and throw on the shoes, and this gives me a very good perspective of how the restoration is going to look like. What kind of look am I going for? And I see so much potential with this pair. And as I take a look, there's not many, there's just a few scuffs. There's a little dent right here, which isn't too much of a big deal. And then a few scuffs towards the toe a little bit as well. So I kind of get a good feel of those. And I was able to go ahead and confirm that these are calf leather uppers, which, interestingly enough, looks a bit like shell cordovan to an untrained eye. And quick tip is to always look at the number that's inside of the pair of the shoe. That 4-digit number for Allen Edmonds is going to be sort of an identification to know what type of leather you're working with. Now, going into the next point, I do want to go ahead and talk about the creases that we're seeing here because these have been without shoe trees for so long. One of the most important part of shoe maintenance for dress shoes specifically is to have a dependable pair of shoe trees. We're definitely going to be discarding any plastic shoe tree, and for this one we're using cedar wood shoe trees, and these are going to be great for absorbing moisture, that sweat that just sits inside of the shoes after every use, and then also stretching out those creases that will naturally build up over time towards any leather shoe. And this is going to give your shoes a bit more longevity. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a horseshoe brush, and we're kind of just going to start brushing all around the shoe. Now this is to help loosen and kind of remove any dirt that may just be sitting on top because this pair has been sitting without an owner for a while, just sitting at the thrift. I'm going to go ahead and condition the leather, and this is going to be good for adding a layer of protection because I don't know how long this pair has been sitting at the thrift, and when it just sits like that, it can just dry out. So I want to go ahead and prevent that in the long run. So I'm starting this off with adding a good layer of hydration and protection, getting that smooth layer. As I've once heard, leather is skin, and I like that saying.
A little goes a long way.
don't need too much at all. Already feels dry to the touch. Yeah, just to finish this off here, I do not need much at all. Yep, a little goes a long way. And I'm taking my time here, I'm not in a rush at all. There we go. Go ahead and finish the toe. Just a little bit for the tassels. What I'm doing here is I'm using an ebony stick, which is a wooden tool, and it's specifically meant for shell cordovan leather. And I know that this is not shell cordovan, but however, it's a bit useful in some cases to where I can use the friction between the leather and the tool to kind of get a bit more pressure and flatten out the creases and get them just a tad bit better than what they were previously. And I also switch with just using my fingers now. This just gives me a bit more control to where I know exactly how much pressure I'm putting against the leather and just try to attack those creases as much as I can and smoothen them out. So after some pretty good work on the left shoe, you can kind of see a good comparison of how the one that I'm holding up now has a very good smoothen out flex point compared to this one that I'm now holding up on the right side. So I'm going to go ahead and continue the job and kind of just do as best as I can with the same process and the same treatment. I like it better already. Give it a nice shine to it. I'm now getting started with the shoe cream process. For this one, I'm going to be using Cordovan by Saphir, and you can never go wrong with Saphir. In fact, I'm most likely going to be using Saphir on all of my projects for shoe cream and then also their wax. I mean, they have high quality ingredients, and this one is just made in France. There's two different line of product. For this one, I'm going to be using Beauté de Cuir. There's also Médaille d'Or, but I think Beauté de Cuir is simple enough for me to be able to do the jobs that I'm using it for. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with kind of spreading this out using circular motions, and most importantly, this is going to restore the color, the pigment of the natural factory finish that this shoe once came in with. And then also kind of covering up or blending in those scuffs that we can see kind of along the toe, and then also on the sides of the shoes in the beginning. So this is going to be a great use for that. And I'm using Cordovan for the shoe cream because I'm just finding a pretty close match with that color tone, and I think it just blends in really nicely. And here is a quick comparison after one coat of shoe cream, and you can already see a lot more depth in the color, which I'm starting to like compared to the one that I'm holding on the right hand side right now. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same process and the same treatment and try to get the same results. I did forget to mention that I added a rubber band on that tassel because as you can see, one of the pieces of the leather is a bit far out of left field. So I was kind of trying to put that back in the middle. It kind of did the job that I like, but I can always kind of go back and tighten that a bit more. I'm going to go ahead and use Leather Sole Edge Dressing by Phoebe in black to touch up that outer sole. I want to go ahead and get a good restoration of that color because it does look a bit faded. And I like to use this product for the first time on almost all my pairs because it's very liquid based. So a little goes a long way for me. Now, before I do that, I do want to strip away the dirt. So I'm just using a little bit of alcohol and it seems to do a great job. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this off with some wax. And this is going to give us that nice shining finish that we're looking for. Now, I'm not looking to get a mirror shine finish. I just want to go ahead and keep it simple with this medium brown and a circular motion. I'm going to go all over the shoe. And with enough patience, I can build up as many layers of wax as I want to get the perfect finish. And as always, I like to go ahead and give it a nice wave. You can see me perfect right there, and that lets me know that I'm good to go. And here is the final result. Once again, thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. And I do hope that you did enjoy and like this video as we kind of go on a beginner's journey, taking a thrifted pair of shoes and putting a new life in them.